Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 became real to me very recently. My mother and I made a decision that we were going to go skydiving. Yeah, we was gonna go jump out of an airplane. It was just something that weird enough that both of us felt as though God was sort of leading us to do. And so we did it. We made the arrangements, we paid for our tickets, and we headed out to Eloy, Arizona to do or to jump out of an airplane to complete this task that both of us felt as though God was placing on our heart. And so when we get there, in my mind and my thought process, the training to jump out of the airplane was going to take about an hour. I believe actually that when I called down there, they told us to be out there early because the class was going to be about an hour. So we show up, and I'm thinking that we're going to go through this extensive training process to understand how to jump out of a plane. And I know that we was jumping with an instructor or with a professional on a tandem jump, but I thought they was going to, teach us or tell us how we had to do it in order for us to do it successfully. And the video was probably about 5 to 7 minutes. That's right, 5 to 7 minutes. And the video was very short. It consisted of really just 3 things. One is that ultimately how I participated or how I followed instructions could greatly impact the end result. 2, that we could do everything perfectly right. I could follow the instructions that the professional was giving me. The professional could have did everything that they were supposed to do, and we still could be seriously hurt, seriously injured, or even worse than that, we still could die. And thirdly, if anything happened to us, if we were seriously injured and hurt, or if we died, that our family could not sue them. And they asked us to go ahead and sign the paper, talking about encouraging somebody to do something that is a high risk. And so we were already there, we already paid for it, so we might as well do it, right? So then we went to another little room, and I said, okay, man, that was just a video, and then we're gonna go to this other room and they're gonna show us, and we go to the room and I'm in there for about 3 minutes. And that just consisted of the guy expressing to me that there was a few different positions that I had to understand from jumping out of the plane. One was like this, one was like this, and one was my feet coming up when we landed on the ground. He put the harness on me and he said, let's head to the plane. Head to the plane? You mean to tell me there's nothing else? I don't get to see you check a parachute. I don't get to see a safety check. I don't see any of that. It's just head to the plane. You talking about trust. My mother was a little nervous. She don't want me to tell you, but she was a little nervous, but so was I. So here we go. We're headed to the plane, and we don't see any safety checks. We don't have any real training. We're headed to the plane to jump out of a plane 14,000 feet in the air. Wow. Hop in the plane, we are ascending up, and the whole time it's getting colder and colder. The plane is rocking a little bit. My nerves are going up and down and up and down. And I asked my mom, I said, hey, do you want to go out the plane first, or do you want me to go out the plane? I'm not sure why I asked that question. I should have made the decision on my own, but she said, no, you know what? She wanted to go out the plane first. I'm not sure why I let her do that, because when she jumped out of the plane, it became all too real to me. I'm talking about she got so small, so fast. I asked myself, what in the world am I up here doing? It was cold, the wind was blowing, and then the professional that I was with, the guy who I was jumping out of the plane with, he said, all right, feet out the plane. And so here I am sitting out the plane, feet hanging, 14,000 feet in the air. Wind hit me in my face, and I am scared out of my mind. But it's too late. I can't, what am I supposed to do? Turn back around or fly all the way up here and fly back down? And so he said something, I can't even make out what he said, but he started to rock, and I started to rock, and then boom, out of the plane. 14,000 feet in the air, and just that quick, I was suspended in the middle of nowhere. And I have to be honest with you, I'm very happy that I decided to do that. I'm very happy that I decided to jump. I'm very happy that despite me facing fear in the face, and instead of saying, hey, let's just go back to the ground, I'm happy that I decided to do that. And the reason is because after the first half a second or so, after that first initial, after that deep breath, it was the most peaceful thing I've ever experienced. Being able to see the creation that God has created and to be suspended in the air with not a fear or a care in the world. And as crazy as this may sound, 14,000 feet in the air, I felt at peace. I felt safe. I felt as though, God, you got me. Because if you don't, this is going to end really bad. And I started to wonder, even while I was up there, I started to think, what other things in life have I allowed fear to prevent me from jumping? And if it's prevented me from jumping, it has not allowed me to experience God in a different way. You know, there are chances, even this YouTube channel was something that I was afraid to do. There are books that I've written that I have not published because I'm being afraid of what people may say or not say, who may like it, who may not like it. Opportunities that I've passed up because of fear. And I wonder, if I could go back and if I can conquer that fear, what may I have experienced from God through those experiences or those opportunities? Who else is possibly even missing out on some of the things that God's placed on my heart because I was too afraid to jump? So I want to encourage you. God's probably placed something on your heart. You probably have an idea, a vision, a desire, a thought, a plan. You may want to start a business, write a book, be a teacher, go out for sports, be a coach. Who knows what it is? Whatever it is, I just want to encourage you, don't be afraid. Will Smith said it this way, and I completely understand it now after I had the experience myself, is God puts some of the most amazing things on the other side of fear. When I jumped out of that plane, I experienced something that I never experienced in life. In what would be considered one of the most dangerous places that I could have possibly been, I experienced such a sense of peace. I felt safe. I felt as though that God had me and that I can trust Him. And so you may not need to jump out of an airplane to experience that. That was my experience. But I know it's changed and shaped my way of thinking. That I have not to lean to my own understanding, but I can trust God. And I have to acknowledge Him in all my ways. And I know that He can make my path straight. This is Antoine Anderson. Be sure to subscribe to this video and share this video if you have been blessed by it. God bless you, and I'll talk to you soon.